Hey everyone, welcome back to 14 Bricks. Today we're taking a look at the LEGO City Donut Shop opening set 60233. The set comes with 5 vehicles, 9 minifigures, and retails for $80 US. The smallest vehicle in this set is Duke Detain's motorcycle, and this is kind of just a motorcycle. It's pretty regular. I have plenty of these. Don't need another one. But I don't know. They don't have any printing on the little windshield board thing here. Usually it's black with like a, I don't know if it's usually a badge on here, but they don't have any printing on this one. On the side, the regular sticker, sometimes it'll have a number like 06 or 07 or something like that. This one does not. And yeah, just a simple kind of more modern style motorcycle. On the back has a couple clips for a pair of handcuffs and whatever that thing is. Moving up in size for vehicles, I don't know if this is really a vehicle, it's more of a, it's just a bike more, but it's actually really cool. There is one thing that I don't understand, but we'll talk about that towards the end of taking a look at this. But anyways, this bike, I don't know, they kind of make it look like this is all kind of one big bike. I mean, it is, but that's actually a new piece, I believe. A piece I've never seen before. You cannot attach any wheels onto this. This just attaches onto these 3 clips here. And yeah, kind of weird, but it's cool the way they did that. And I forgot how to put it back. No, it doesn't go back like that. There we go. That's good. Right there. Yep. A couple wheels attached on these sides there. City coffee with actually I believe that's supposed to be a coffee bean. I do not know. One thing that is annoying is these 2 clips sticking out on the side and they're not holding anything. Would have been nice if they left those out. Just did a 1x3 tile. I've seen them before and I have some myself. A small umbrella here. They didn't use the normal umbrella piece, but if they did, that'd be kind of weird because it's so large for this small of a build. A couple of these things that you put your coffee cup under, and it puts the coffee and stuff in your cup, or you know, that stuff. And here, I don't know if these are cupcakes or muffins or ice cream, I don't know. A couple cookies, whatever those things are. And they use these really cool, like, pieces. I don't know what I've seen them plenty of times. I don't know what you're supposed to call them, but that's really cool. I really like that design there. And this is a sign that has a croissant. It says, I believe that represents $1, but there are no croissants in this set. Getting into the more brick-built, wow, that sounds horrible, brick-built vehicles, we have the taxi. I personally love this car very much. I've always wanted a taxi, and this one works just fine. Almost looks like it could be an off-road taxi. Those tires just kind of stick out a little bit too much, but it's very simple and nice. License plate there, and I like the taxi with all the kind of skyscrapers in the background there, and the back looks good as well. Pretty simple. The top uses a regular roof piece I've seen many times. I like the yellow taxi word there, and this does fit 2 drivers. Excuse me for what I said there, 2 drivers, 2 passengers, 1 driver, 1 passenger. That looks not normal. They're too squished. It'd be nice if they had at least 1 stud further back. They're quite squished in there, but it works, and it is nice that they can fit 2 people in there, but it would have been nice if this car was maybe a little bit wider and a little bit longer as well, just so that way it could accommodate 2 people better. Next is the news van. This I don't have a problem really much with this thing, but I don't really have much use for it either. It's a news van. I don't know, it does look kind of nice. The van, I don't know, it definitely captures the van look. I personally would like just a regular van. I don't know if LEGO's even done that. They've done vans, you know, kind of the older kind of Volkswagen style vans. However, it'd just be nice if they made a van kind of like this, just modern, but just a van. Like, it doesn't have to be a news van or construction van or police van or whatever. Just a van for someone to drive. Just, yeah. On the side, I believe they're trying to get a little ladder just to get up there, and on the top is a small satellite that you can rotate around. It's very squeaky. Very squeaky. Yep. And there's just a few little things up here for some detail. And TV6 Plus, probably the name of the company or channel or the news place thing that they're hosting or whatever. Definitely looks like a van from the front. And on the side you have a small compartment, which is meant to hold this small microphone in there. And that's nice. They did try to get some mirrors here, but I've never been a fan of them using these pieces for mirrors. They just don't work very well, in my opinion. I do like that, I don't know, but that red stripe looks kind of nice. And I literally just realized this right now, but red, white, blue, you know, that American flag stuff. The back looks good as well, very van-y. That sounded terrible. But you have a couple doors that open up back here. And to reveal the inside, to get a better look in there, you can also lift up that part there. And those back tail lights are just connected there. Inside, you have a couple computer consoles. There's two different consoles. They just kind of did duplicates of either one. And they're nothing new. The console, to more further to the front, doesn't make much sense. That's more something that you would see in a military kind of aircraft or ship or something, because it has like a target, as if you were going to take down another aircraft or something. So that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It's a nice little news van, and I forgot something. The front interior where the driver drives looks nice as well. One thing that I just noticed that isn't very nice is, I guess you can see it here. That little stud space in front of the steering wheel is kind of awkward. They should just move the steering wheel up or something. That just looks weird, like that. And just a regular seat being used. The final vehicle, I don't know if it's my favorite vehicle. Just the taxi is just, I don't know. I really like the taxi. But I can't decide between this and the taxi. I just have enough semis. Like, yes, I've never had a crane before, but I've had enough semis. I have like 2 or 3 police semis. I also have another kind of construction-related semi, and I think one other one. This just adds to the semi collection, and I'm not really, I don't know. It works though. It is cool. It is cool. Anyways, starting with the front, this is the kind of square box style of semi. I used to be a big semi nerd when I was a little kid. Well, actually, it was just a few years back that I stopped being so into semis. But that looks like a Volkswagen or a Chrysler, or I don't want to say Bentley. It's obviously not a Bentley. That wouldn't work for a semi, but I don't know. Definitely is kind of a mix of several real car logos that you will see around the world. And kind of an interesting little design with all these weird pieces here. But it looks good in the end. It says Superlift there on the front. And apparently it's Superlift. Pretty usual mirrors. Those are on like every semi. Yeah, these doors, you know, on the side which open up that don't work very well, and they never work very well on any Lego design. I think these doors honestly are kind of useless. I feel like they should come up with a new design for vehicle doors, just to regularly put on vehicles. But anyways, Superlift there once again with the little crane hook. The exhaust pipe things are clipped to some clips. The semis that I have that have these same exhaust pipe pieces are not clipped, so they you can put them all back. And when I was little, I like to pretend like it shot fire out and made the semi go super fast. Obviously that's not realistic. There are racing semis, but I don't know if the little things going back is very accurate. Anyways, on the side, very identical. Little kind of fuel tank designs right here, that's nice. Interior is pretty normal as well. A small dashboard place for a coffee mug, steering wheel there, and a little thing for him to lean up against. And you could squeeze 2 figures in there, but it'd be super, super difficult. No sticker on the roof. Usually there is for semis, not all the time though. One thing that I think would be nice for Lego semis is if they kind of made like a hitch. I don't know, kind of an accurate looking hitch design. They never really do that. maybe they have in the past, but as far as I know, they have not. The crane actually does extend quite high, and I can't really show it in the studio, so we're gonna go somewhere else for this. So I have the crane here in the city, and this is what it looks like to its full extent. Of course, you can raise this up and down with this little knob here, and it does get quite high. You can see it's actually a tad bit higher than that 3-story building in the background. And yeah, it actually does go quite high. And so it's very nice. You just pull this little Technic thing out of here, and you get extra length. So that is the whole situation for the crane. Just to demonstrate, you just pull that out, and that's actually just a pin right there. It has the chain. I'll demonstrate what the chain is supposed to hook onto in a minute. But yeah, you just push that in and out, and that's the longest it goes, and that's the shortest it goes. So that's wonderful. It uses this clear, big, confusing piece. It was kind of confusing to assemble this at first. It was just kind of weird and awkward. One thing I did forget to mention, this is on a small turntable. I don't know why this is not lifting. Oh, there we go. But yeah, can rotate almost 360 degrees. Not quite, because this knob gets stuck right here on that little pillar in the middle there, but it's fine. And they do have these things on either side, and they actually do work. I tested it out. I even like put garbage trucks in this train and just lifted it up, and these definitely are useful if you're actually, when kids are actually playing with this. It actually does help do it. They do bend a little bit up and down, but they do hold. If you're lifting a heavier object to the side, it does help keep the semi from tipping or flipping or whatever the case may be. The pillar in the middle has a couple clips for 2 accessories, a small hammer, and a wrench on the other side. I'm sure you guys all know what a wrench looks like. If you don't, I don't know where you've been, but you haven't been involved very much in something. This little thing is actually quite cool. The donut that goes on top of the donut shop is actually meant to fit there, and that is that's that. It does look kind of funny. There are 3 small wheels here, and that doesn't look pushed up all the way. And on the back, I like these little lights sticking up here. I don't know why, but they just look good. And yeah, it's a great little build. And this is what that chain is intended to hold on to. So we're going to start with my least favorite building, which would be the toy store. I don't like saying that any Lego building is my least favorite, but I've got to add my least favorite out of the 2. I originally had this in my city when I first got this set. However, I quickly took it out and replaced it with the Townhouse Toy Store Creator set, because you can't, like, if you got those 2 buildings together, like, if you chose this over the Townhouse Toy Store, I don't know what your problem is, but you just got a problem. So I don't know. I like this, but I don't like this. To start, it's kind of plain. Let's go ahead and do something. And just for example, if you take the 2 balloons and the toys sign off the building, look how plain this looks. This looks like a rundown toy shop. So, and it still kind of looks a little bit rundown with the balloons, and even with the balloons and the sign. It just isn't detailed enough. They need, I don't know what it is, but I think I actually do know what it is. They need more detail on the outside. I really like the way they made this green thing over here. I mean, obviously that's not very complicated, but I like the sign, I like the balloons, I like this. But I think what they needed to do is just maybe, well, first of all, they could have moved this up another stud and add another stud of space in the back of the toy store and maybe put an extra, set of toys back there. But they just minimized the space. The donut shop only has 1 stud at the front of the building, which is totally fine. You don't need 2. Like, yeah, I feel like they kind of wasted space, first of all, in the front. They have 2 whole studs here. I think they could have moved it up all another stud, or I would even be fine if they move it up all the way. I think all the way might be a little bit too much, but come on, at least, I don't know, they just, it's too plain in the front. On the side, they have this toys thing, and this is actually, I believe, a reference to the Lego City Adventure episodes. This is, I believe, supposed to be the police bear. His name, I believe, is Cubby, and which was Duke Detain's stuffed animal as a kid. It says 9 minus, so maybe that means ages 9 and lower or something. It says new, and has the toys thing there, and it's just a nice little teddy bear. Other wall, totally white. So you've got a totally white wall, and then, I don't know, this sign doesn't do much. I think they just should have maybe make the walls green, or red, or yellow, or something. I don't know, the sides are too plain. I don't like this plain white, and then this, I don't know, the sign's nice here, but I don't know. Plus, another thing is there's no really roof detail. I mean, they have the balloons and the sign, once again, but maybe just something else back here, maybe a few other things. Maybe not things that are intended to be kind of colorful and toyish, but just maybe just little vents and things, I don't know. On the front you have a small box with a fishing net. Not something I would be interested in to buy at all, but nice to have a fishing net. I've never had one before, so it is nice to have that in the little green can. Toys open, and you open the door to the back. This is where I'm not impressed, and I am impressed. Oh, wow, yeah, I think, so first of all, just nothing in here. There's nothing in here. You have 4 toys, and, like, they're in the display case. When I go to a store, or, I don't know, I've seen a toy store before, when I go to Target or something, they don't do this, but at, like, just toy stores, a lot of times in the window they'll have something displayed, but you don't buy that stuff that's displayed. You buy the stuff that's on the shelf. So there's practically, in a way, there is toys in here, but in a way there's nothing to buy in here at all. You have 4 toys. You have an electric guitar, blue, a teddy bear, which is nice. I've never had a teddy bear or this version of an electric guitar. Also this hat with this little helicopter blade accessory, and a brick-built train. Those are all nice little things to put in here, but they're on display, so in reality, these wouldn't even be toys to buy. Also, the cash register, it's facing the people, so this is actually a self-checkout, which is kind of stupid, because just about anyone can come in here and steal anything they wanted, because from the way they designed this, doesn't look like there'd be any employees working in this thing. So, kind of not impressed with the building. The only thing I like would be probably, I just like the stickers for the toy sign and the toys and accessories that this building includes, but sadly, I just don't care for it. Now, the donut shop is a different story. This donut shop, or city coffee, I don't know what it's really intended to be, this building is impressive. Yeah, I might have one minor problem. We're just gonna take this donut off because it's kind of tall. So I'm gonna take that off for now. First of all, really impressed with this front design. It's not too plain. I like how they mixed in kind of the brick design. They have the smooth, and then they have some of the more rugged brick. I think what would have been really cool is if they did all this rugged brick. I think that would have been way cooler. I don't mind what they did here, but I really like how they did that, just to, you know, spice it up a little bit and not be so plain. This is called the donut shop opening set. This is obviously supposed to be the donut shop, but it really kind of is confusing. You got a big fat donut on the top, but it says City Coffee, and it has a coffee bean. I have to say that. So kind of doesn't make sense, but it works. It says now open, because of course this is the donut shop opening set, so it's opening. It's not opened, or well, it is open now, but it's opening, so now open. And I like the little design they put on there. Looks like cinnamon to me. The blue windows and the white panes just make a nice cozy look, and they attached these tiles on here with that. And this is a large Technic arch going over there, which looks very nice. And see, right there, only one stud right there, which is totally fine. This side of the wall is kind of plain. They do have this brick thing, rugged brick here, but it is kind of plain, so that's a little bit annoying. So I guess that is the first disappointment I have, but doesn't bother me too much. On the side, I have an ATM, another ATM. That I have so many ATMs. I probably have 4 ATMs, and they only in Lego World would take 10 seconds to walk to, each one. But this ATM actually is probably one of my favorites, just that part. Usually all ATMs have this compartment. This one has a single $100 bill inside, but just that looks very nice. That's a sticker I've never seen before. I don't know, I just really like how they designed this. Something they did that's really unique is, here's a $100 bill, and to fill in that gap, you just slide this thing in there, and it actually stays in there without sliding out super easily. So that's kind of neat how they did that, or very neat. The interior, they definitely made good use of the space, much better than the toy store. They have this small seating area in the side, which is, I don't know, like, it's really good. You know, that was kind of tight there, but it definitely works. You still have 3 studs of space. Kind of makes entering the building a little bit odd, but I don't know, it definitely works. It still looks good. I think what would have been cool is if they had kind of a sign, like a sign here, just maybe an advertisement or a picture of something would have been super cool, some sort of sticker. But yeah, it's a nice little 2-seater with a small table in the middle. I also love this thing with all the donuts and cookies and all the different variations of things that you can get. You have you got a pink frosting with sprinkles. You got some sort of cream-filled thing, cookies, and some sort of cupcake-looking kind of things. Yeah, that looks really good. Probably my favorite thing in this entire interior. From behind, it doesn't look too bad either. And the little part where they make the stuff, they have a small brick-built coffee maker here. They include 2 coffee mugs in this, in the inside of this, and they also have another donut and cupcake thing here. And so yeah, just a nice little place to make the stuff. And also a menu up here, which I'll just take that down. I believe that is a sticker. The menu looks super good. Look at that. Like, that looks so real and good, and just looks so classic. They're just drawing the menu on a chalkboard. Looks really good, but one thing is, I don't see any cinnamon rolls in here, or any of those things, or any croissants. Once again, the croissant. I don't know what it is with the croissants, but that's the one really weird thing, is the menus have nothing that they have in here. So that's one thing that is kind of annoying. So yeah, very, very nice interior. I think it would have been even cool if they did kind of like a couple lights coming down here. That would have looked really cool. Plus that sign there. Then this build the interior would just be amazing. And have a menu that has stuff that actually exists in the store. They have plenty of roof detail up here. Kind of looks kind of confusing and weird. Just, I like the golden flags up here as well. I've never had any flag pieces, and having them in gold for my first flag pieces is very nice. So the gold flags is nice, and here's where the donut goes. One second. I'm not saying donut, I'm saying donut. That's a thing that I like to say donut, because it's a donut. It doesn't have an it at the end. Some people say donut, and I don't get it. So, this is intended to just pop off like that. There's a little story behind this. What's intended to happen is the criminal would come over here, steal some money, and instead of Duke coming up here, and arresting him, instead, for some weird reason, somehow, very coincidental, the donut will come there and just completely smash him. So that's very nice. Yeah. So that is that feature, and I really like this. This is a print, not a sticker. Always appreciate prints instead of stickers. It's much easier, but it does make sets more expensive if it's all prints. But I really like the donut design that they did. So very impressed with the donut shop. Not as much with the toy store. Let's take a look at the minifigs, and then I'll share my personal thoughts on the set. So the first minifigure we're going to take a look at is actually a named character. He's from the new Lego City Adventures episodes. Well, they're not entirely new. I believe they started in 2019 or 20. I don't remember. But they're still kind of new in a way. I prefer Chase McCain myself, but Duke Titane is a nice little thing to have. I really like his torso, the way that's not just so policey. I don't know, I just like the vest thing he has, and it's not just a full vest, it's just kind of that almost belt kind of look. Then he has an actual belt there. No printing on the legs. For named characters, sometimes they'll do maybe special arms or legs. They don't for him. Would have been nice, but it's okay. And I like the badge in the background. It doesn't have to be fully exposed. That's totally fine if it's not. Very unique face. He looks very proud or cool. I don't want to say cool because I don't know. Yeah, but he's got his glasses and looks pretty flashy, I guess I want to say. And looks like he used to have an afro, and actually in the first episode, it showed him as a kid, and he actually did used to have an afro. So that's definitely why they chose this hair. On the back, there's more of the vest, police. So I prefer dark blue police torsos myself. So glad that they chose that for Duke Detain. The criminal that he is catching in this set, or arresting or whatever, he's not actually catching the criminal. The donut is taking care of business. But this is actually this is my favorite criminal that I have as of right now, because I've actually never had a criminal with the black coat, which is kind of weird, but yeah, I've always wanted a criminal with the black theme on him, so finally did get one. He has the gray legs on the back, looks nice. No alternate faces, of course, and looks pretty not up to good stuff. And he has a regular crowbar. Before we continue, I did want to mention something I forgot, is that Duke Detain does have an alternate face, and he looks very happy. Eyebrows, a little bit too thick in my opinion, but it's okay. Yes, I know we're looking at Duke Detain for a third time. I just forgot to mention that he does come with an extra helmet accessory. This man intended to be the driver of the semi-truck, or crane thing, just looks like a regular guy. You could use him as a normal citizen as well, just walking around on the streets, which is what I have done myself. Excuse me. No. That is actually the taxi driver. Hey, forget what I said. This is the taxi driver. But yeah, he's just wearing a regular sweater. I believe I have one of these torsos. I do really like this torso, personally, just regular, I don't know, torsos with a zipper on them. I don't know why that just is so nice to see. And then seeing like a nice shirt under it, just looks good. And he has a nice little mustache. He appears to be smiling, kind of funny. But yeah, just a normal guy, and I like him. This is the driver of the semi-truck. I just got them mixed up. I always get them mixed up because they're mustaches, but they actually do have different faces. But they definitely look a lot alike from a distance. But up close, you can definitely tell a difference. He looks a little more kind of foreign to to America. Not saying that Lego is based off being in America. Mine are, at least. But yeah, this looks good. Normal, no alternate faces, of course. And I have several of these torsos, and these kind of greenish gray legs. I don't know exactly what you would call them, but they're an interesting color. This is 1 out of 2 of the coffee shop employees. I actually have one of these employees with the same torso and legs in a different set that I got a couple years ago. So it's kind of cool to get 2 more. That way I could even have 3 employees in the coffee shop. I really like these torsos, the apron and the brown legs, probably representing that the apron does go down further. And I really like the smiling coffee cup, looks nice. You can tell he has a little name tag there. It doesn't say anything, but I'd say that's a name tag. And nothing much on the back. You can see a little bit of the knot that he used to tie his apron on right there. And he does have this kind of long, shaggy hair. And I have many of these faces, mainly for policemen. But yeah, it's a cool figure. The other coffee shop employee has an identical torso and legs. She just has different face and hair, of course. I have several of these faces, just a straight face, kind of a slight smile. And I actually don't have one of these hair pieces, so it's nice to have a new hair piece. This is supposed to be the cameraman for the news. He looks more like a normal citizen to me, but I don't know. He kind of looks For some reason, I always think college kid when I look at him. But yeah, he has the big, huge camera with the microphone accessory, and yeah, just a probably more high quality filming camera in the LEGO world. And he has the letters NH. I don't know what that means. Wouldn't surprise me if the N meant news, but I don't know what the H means. That might be an X or an H actually, but or wait, no, that is an H. Might be an X or a K though. And yeah, just wearing a regular shirt. I do like when they mix colors, of course, when, you know, instead of having navy blue arms with the shirt. But it does look like he's probably wearing a more gray or white shirt under that, so this blue part could be just a vest. And there is no alternate faces. Well, I guess I didn't really need to say there was no alternate faces, given that he was wearing a hat, but still, I just like to say that. This is the actual host, I guess you would say, or the talker, the person that talks. So she definitely looks like a news person, just the clothes that she's wearing, definitely newsy. I don't know if that's the correct word. There's that microphone once again, and yeah. This is an airpiece that I do have one of, and this airpiece was actually featured in my very first review, actually very first video that I ever did, and it has that little hole in there so you could put like a bow, no alternate faces, wearing glasses, and there's a name tag there. You can see she's also wearing a necklace. One thing that is annoying, I'm gonna do kind of a Jang Bricks kind of thing here, that he does a lot. The yellow here that's on her torso is not matching the yellow on the hands and face. It's actually a little more orange than yellow, so that's one thing that they definitely do sometimes, especially with having a white shirt under the main clothing. And we're down to the very final minifigure, which is a kid. I always like getting kids because my city is probably 99% adults. So it's nice to have kids, more kids in the city. He does have this orange skateboard, which is nice. I believe this is the first skateboard I've ever had, so it's nice to have one of those. And I believe I have one of these torsos, maybe even two more, but I really like these torsos with the classic spacemen on there. Looks really cool, and I like the green arms and the blue legs. It's just very colorful, and on the back there's not much. I do not like his hair. It's kind of that I believe this actually is the hair that they use for the Marvel Spider-Man Dr. Octopus. I really hate it. It's so puffy and that's a pretty standard kid face with the freckles and stuff. Okay, so my personal thoughts on this set. Let's see, 9 minifigures, 5 vehicles, well technically 4 vehicles, and 2 buildings. For $80, I don't know how it is for you. Usually a set like this is $100. I got this at Target. Well, this is actually a birthday present last year. They got it from Target, and it was, I believe, $80 or $90, but I'm pretty sure it was $80. So I think this is actually a pretty good set. I believe it had somewhere, I think it was, I don't know, did it? If you guys have the set or have seen it, I believe it had like 900 something pieces. I'm not totally sure. It could have had 700 or 800 something pieces, but yeah, I don't know, but I think it is worth it for $80 if it was that. I'm pretty sure it was, but for $80, absolutely worth it. But now for me, it's worth it with the amount of stuff you get, but not totally worth it with the design of stuff you get, I guess. The toy store isn't very impressive, and that's really mostly it for the amount of not impressive stuff. All the figures are fine, all the vehicles are fine. It's just the toy store is the only thing that I am not a fan of. Other than that, it's a good set. But I think we're gonna end it there. That wraps it up, and thank you all for watching this video. I just want to, quick before I end this video, I just want to say thank you for 30 subscribers. I know that's not a big number, but it is nice to just hit that small amount. I just saw this, was it today, or it might have been yesterday that I hit 30, so that was kind of nice to see. So thank you for that, and I will see you in the next video, and bye for now.